This tutorial is going to show you how to use the online checkout system that we use here at CIA for reserving equipment. This system is accessible from any computer that is connected to the internet. So you could do this from home, you could do this from a computer lab. We do have an iPad at the checkout desk that you can use, although we do recommend that you make your reservation in advance, just because it can get kind of busy at the checkout desk sometimes. So you're going to go to the MyCIA homepage, and on the left-hand side you're going to see a bunch of quick links, and one of them says Equipment Checkout. So you're going to click on that, and that brings you to another page that has a big giant red button that says to reserve equipment, click here. It's pretty hard to miss, so you're going to click on that, and then that will bring you to the R&R checkout system. And you're going to log in using your username and password, the same username and password that you use for logging into MyCIA. Once the page loads, you're going to want to make sure that you are on the Booking tab. A lot of times, like the iPad will default for some reason to the Booking Wizard. Don't use the Booking Wizard. The Booking Wizard just does not work. You'll notice that it's the Booking Wizard because it looks different. It's more of a graphical interface. It would be nice if it worked. It doesn't work, so just make sure that you don't use it. Always make sure that you're on the Booking tab. Now once you're there, on the left-hand side you'll see under Resource Type, this is all the categories of items that we have here in the checkout. For this example, we're going to use Cameras Beginner DSLR, and I'm going to show you how to reserve a camera, and we're going to click there. So over on the right hand side you're going to see we've got all sorts of different cameras in this category. If you click on the drop down box, it will give you some more information about each item that you're looking for. For this example, the cameras will give you the megapixels and the type of lens that's on the camera. To the right of the item description, you have a bunch of horizontal lines. At the top of that is a clock that tells you the booking time, and then there's a color code at the bottom that tells you what all the colors in this section mean. So blue means in use, white means available, that light gray is elapsed time. What that means is that obviously that's the past, and you notice that on some of those lines where the gray meets the white, that's the current time. As I'm recording this demonstration, it's noon, so if you wanted to book something now, you would click right at noon and put in your username. If you wanted to book something later in the day, you're just going to click further down to the right under the time that you want to pick the item up. And the item's going to be due back at that time the following day. Put in your username, and then you're going to click Add, and it's going to ask you for a password. You're going to use the same password that you used to log into the checkout system with. And then you're going to notice that it changed to yellow, which stands for My Booking. So that's how you know when you have an item reserved. It's going to be yellow. If we wanted to book something for Friday, we're going to click on the calendar and change the date. And then Friday is a little unique. What you need to do is you set your pickup time. And so for this, we're going to set noon for pickup time. And then the return time, you need to change it back to Friday. And you change that time to 7 o'clock p.m. Now I know what you're thinking. You want to reserve the item for the whole weekend. And that's fine. The system will give you an error message if you let it default to the 24-hour booking. So just set the return time for 7 o'clock p.m. and then whoever's at the checkout desk will manually extend your booking until Monday at the pickup time. So if you set your pickup time for noon on Friday, it's going to be due back at noon on Monday. Okay, that concludes this tutorial. Thank you for taking the time to watch.